If you've just got that promotion and booked yourself a 3 BHK, chances are that you'd probably want something like the Hyundai Creta or the Mahindra XUV 500 in your garage.
But the way things are in the world right now, you probably didn't get that promotion, or that house, or for that matter the Creta or the XUV 500.
Yet in the midst of this global economic meltdown, the heart still wants more.
Fret not, because the Mahindra XUV 300 and the Hyundai Venue are here to pull on those heartstrings.
If you like your cars to look modest, then the XUV 300 is your best bet.
I think the Venue looks better proportioned because the XUV 300 is too wide for a sub 4 meter car. The Venue is the quirkier of the two though. It's for the lot that wants to be bold and decisive, but also wants the backing of rationality and common sense around it.
On the other hand, if you've always been a straight A student, played the safe game in life, chances are that you'd like the aesthetics of the XUV better.
Either way, both will look better than your old hatchback when parked in your office basement.
So which one would you actually drive to work? The first thing that you would notice about the XUV 300's cabin is how bright the interiors are. And that makes it feel more premium and spacious, much like your boss's cabin. The other thing that makes it spacious is the sheer width of the car. Not only is it wider than the Venue, but it is in fact the widest vehicle in its class, and that liberates a lot of space, not just at the front, but even at the back. 3 of your favorite team members at the back? Not a problem. What they love and what I also love is the interior quality. It is a marked improvement over even something like the XUV 500, and that makes you feel like you haven't really missed out on that promotion. But the real sense of being promoted comes from the features on offer in the XUV 300. Dual zone climate control, sunroof and even leatherette seats, making it truly ahead of its time. Although the same can't be said about the interior design. It feels quite outdated, almost as if I'm sitting inside an old living room. And then there are the ergonomics. This gear lever here is quite tall, and that's to avoid your elbow crashing into the center armrest every time you downshift. And then there is the long travel of the clutch pedal. For taller passengers, that would mean that they would sit uncomfortably closer to the steering. And that's not a good thing considering you'll be spending most of your time in here during rush hour traffic. But the way it drives, you probably wouldn't mind that. In the city, this turbocharged petrol engine almost behaves like a diesel engine. With loads of grunt on offer, it can pull from crawling speeds even in third gear effortlessly. Slot it into second gear and you could probably cruise about in the city like it was an automatic. Out on the highway going to my weekend destination, that effortless drivability continues to impress you till about 120 kilometers per hour, after which it starts running out of breath. That said, this engine still manages to blow the Venue into the weeds, while the soft damping is near perfect for Indian road conditions. Having driven the XUV 300 for a while now, I can safely say that it does have what it takes to tug at your heartstring. But I wonder what Ronak has to say about the Venue.
The Hyundai Venue's cabin just doesn't feel as nice as the XUV 300's, thanks to this all black dash and the cloth seats. But it grows on you. It's more contemporary, and what I can say with some conviction is that it'll age a lot better and probably last a lot longer too. Aside from that, the ergonomics are just spot on. The driving position is perfect and the steering feels really great to hold. What's not so great, however, is the space on offer. At the back, you can probably see 2 of your favorite team members, and even then they'll be begging for more knee room. But they will be cool because the Venue gets 2 vents at the back. The XUV 0. As for the features, well, the Venue gets what the segment demands, but it doesn't go over the top like the XUV does. It's probably not enough to get you the promotion, but it definitely feels like you've gotten a hefty raise, even in these tough times. In a city where you and the Venue would be stuck for hours together in traffic, you'll find that the clutch is really quite light. And this is despite being a diesel. Also, since it's a diesel, you'll realize that there's adequate grunt for most of your urban commutes. And remember, when you're stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, that's when the load on your car is at its maximum. So there's a need for the right kind of oil in your vehicle. As for the highway, well, the Venue has adequate grunt at best. Don't expect to go chasing any Cretas, or even that XUV for that matter. It feels more calm, feels composed, stable, and it rides with a typical European feel to it. Overall, it's true that the XUV scores better than the Venue in a few places. But you know what? The Venue still has that something extra. Or would I drive home in?
So both these cars have essentially taken the sub-4 meter game to another level, which means effectively these are the downsized versions of their bigger siblings, the XUV 500 by Mahindra and the Hyundai Creta.
The Hyundai Venue might have less space and fewer features, but at the end of the day, it's small touches here and there that make it the better car overall. That's why, when the weekend rolls in, this is what I'm going to despair in. Who cares about that promotion?